Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new time? Not a new night. I was about to say a new night. It's not. We've been streaming on Mondays before. We're not going to be streaming on Thursdays for the rest of the year, I think, at least. So welcome to a new longer Monday stream. It's actually kind of a return to form. We used to do these. I don't even remember how long ago. Before we went to the 2 night a week schedule, this was the old schedule. So we've gone back, a very dated rollback. Anyway, the point is, welcome to Monday. We're doing a longer stream tonight. So normally we'll probably get rolling a little bit quicker than this. Just a slight delay, which I know I like that we've got more space for delays now. That's kind of relaxing. Uh, yeah, I think that's as much on that. What did we do last time? We're playing more Banishers Ghosts of New Eden. Um, last time out, we were halfway down the mine inside of Mount Pleasant. We went the rest of the way down, and we met the puppeteer. We discovered that the Sebastian that we had been traveling with this whole time was not actually Sebastian, but was a simulacrum, a simulastrum. Nope, that didn't quite work. Point is, it was a fake. It was a copy of Sebastian that had been created by the puppeteer to entice Helen Priest into taking action against Captain Pennington. Really, the puppeteer didn't need to go all that way, because as soon as we found out all the crap that Captain Pennington had gotten up to 7 years ago, when he was apparently involved in a witch trial and sentenced Deborah the school teacher to be chained up in the mine, possibly until her death, uh, which sounds just heinous on multiple levels. So we went back topside, we sucked the life clean out of him and gave it to Antea. And now Helen is in charge of the fort, and technically the Sebastian simulacrum is still around, so that could maybe cause problems, but there's no more puppeteer to, like, give it orders, so I don't know how that's gonna work. Maybe it's still following the last, like, prerogative it was on, like a very sophisticated Roomba. We'll dig more into that later. At the very end of the session, we bedded down in the campfire inside of a unfortunately wooden domicile again. And when we woke up, there was a crow or a raven, probably just a big crow, in the window that was calling out that Antea was able to understand was sent by Ceridian, the witch of the Mire Marshes, who is apparently in need. And so we are headed that way straight away to help Ceridian out with whatever. Because, listen, when you meet a grandma witch and she it gives you wonderful and sassy advice, that's someone you want to keep around. Especially when we have
And
found.
not anger.
And not anger. I mean, in this case, if we just did nothing, the problem would probably take care of itself. But we're not going to do that. We're going to go help Ceridian, and possibly Seeker, because I imagine where one is, we will find the other. But yeah, so I think that's the recap, and that's the agenda for today. Before we get into that, though, we do have to talk about, because this is let's call it a horror adjacent game for ease of time and genre. This game deals with death, as we learned once again last time. It deals with many ghosts, but also grief from several angles as just kind of a constant and almost overwhelming theme. So that's going to be there. It's going to be there. There's also a soupçon of sexism, racism, and domestic abuse we occasionally run into. So I wanted to give forewarning on that. In the more egregious cases, I should be able to forewarn when we get to them. But there are handfuls. I mean, I mentioned that there are witch trials. I feel like that comes with a certain amount of that anyway. But like I said, I'll be able to call out the big ones when we get to them. But there may be some smaller instances here and there. Body horror wise, we got past one of the bigger body horror instances last time with the puppeteer. um, but there's also still zombies that get up and shamble around about in an uncanny way. Uh, Violence against animals, we are regularly having to do combat against wolves. And then there is one quest that deals with alcoholism pretty intensely. I should be able to call that one out, but there are also just a handful of NPCs that we'll meet from here or there that deal with it kind of to the side. All right, I think that's everything on the major stuff. For more detailed warnings, visit doesthedogdie.com, search for Banishers or Banishers Ghost of New Eden if you want to type the whole thing out. Or just click on the link in our CW tag. We'll take you right to the entry for it. It has a more comprehensive list there, as well as spoiler tags on the entries that are major spoilers. All right, I think that's all of the things. So hey, not bad. Only 5 minutes passed. Look at that. Haha. Let's go ahead and not keep Ceridian waiting, because you want to help a witch in a timely fashion, or at least I do. You do what you want.
Can you feel it? I have goosebumps.
The veil is tearing at the seam.
Just making sure we have audio. Right, Banishers call it the veil.
Blood, so the specters inside show themselves. You could shoot them. Once freed, the ivy should quickly wither.
We have our first creeping ivy now that we got our new ensnare power. I was gonna say a thing before that, then I forgot what it was. So she hits that, and then Antony, standing just right in the shot. There we go. It seems fine and normal. Strange times to come. One day to come soon enough, I'll order you to find a man unconscious by the shore. I already asked, I may again. These will be strange times, my dearest, so you must be ready. I'm guessing this is from Ceridian to Seeker. Times of sadness and mourning through the courses of weird suns and moons in the sky, frozen days in the eerie and cold air of a long-lasting winter, repetitions of events you already lived. It's the second time that time shenanigans has come around. Unpleasant feeling of suspended time, endless days and weeks. I would not dare to claim I fully know how or why this will happen. They are so many mysteries which elude me for the better good, I suppose. When these things will come, be ready. Again. For the unbalance will be strong, even the dead may come back from a future you already faced, and it will be our task to restore the balance. Again. Is this a fucking time loop? Did we find another time loop game? Why am I always finding the time loop games? Why am I drawn to them?
The wards have weakened.
Ceridian's power wanes.
Don't love that. It's probably fine. Up the wall. Still love this coat. Bird. I forgot. Red doesn't like crows. Still, to me, seems like an incorrect opinion, but it's everybody's allowed to have them. Up to a point.
Nobody's home. I can feel it.
Ooh. That was just a weird...
Where could they be?
kind of ripple effect. Oh, good, it's Witchstone. It's the currency that we trade you. That is just hanging out in your living room, I guess. That's where we got the knife. Not the knife, the tuning fork. That lets us void travel. There's some of the dark pond water. Not hanging out in the wardrobe. Always good. Outside?
There's not enough space in there anyway.
Not enough space in the wardrobe.
Fall on the lamppost.
Fall on the lamppost, the Turkish delight. There is... Oh, hang on. How large is our search area? It's half the island. Cool, 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 cool. So this is the void circle that we're not supposed to take until we're ready to go back to New Edentown, I think. So we can leave that here. Right. Whatever it is, it's somewhere on this side. Alright. I like being able to walk along the lake here. Genuinely thought this was water. Oh, more vines. Aha! There we go. That one there. You do it? No, there's a third one. Oop. There's a third one somewhere. But also, there's that. Oh, right behind us. Nice. All right. Dang. That's fast. All right. Let's see if we can save ourselves the reload time, maybe. Yes, we can. Whew! Not messing around with that timing. Up, up, up. Uh-huh. Roller coaster, always good. More of these things.
Here's our way.
More of that strange oil. It's probably nothing. Ooh. So I don't think this is where we're going to find Ceridian, but I do like that we're finding stuff. I guess this bonus spirit points, I think? Yes, okay. Oh, Ceridian. There's not like a... It's not a trail or anything I've missed. Where are you? Go around to go back up. Hang on. This way. Yep. Alright, so definitely somewhere around here. There's more creeping ivy over there, but that's away from what we're looking for. Alright, back to the house. Pretty good. So I'm gonna look around here, make sure I haven't missed any obvious clues.
Yeah.
Or, like, unobvious clues. Is there a secret door? No. It does feel like it should be this, for whatever reason, just because this is so cool looking. Maybe a bad reason. Oh, okay. So now we know who carved the things what give us more spirit points. That makes sense if I thought about it. I would have assumed you'd be here? And yet. Not there. I'll find the cupboard. Alright, everyone keep an eye out for a cardboard box with a witch under it. Just making sure that I've got my... Yep, okay. Did we go through this cave already? Let's try out this cave. I think that's the cave we just came back through. Yes, okay. So it's not there. Okay, there's a whole bunch of birds over there. Seems like a good sign. Or a bad sign. There's a murderer over here.
They flock to that great tree up there.
Okay, it was in fact the birds. Oh no.
The Banishers are here.
Already? How unfortunate.
Okay, she's not dead.
You called us.
Did I? I
Why
thought I
unfortunate?
had more time. In the end, it runs out for all of us. As I depart this old carcass, I leave no burning heart behind. Go or stay. To prevail, you must first set your heart at peace. When at last you face the nightmare, you must both be clear on what you want. You must.
What do you mean?
It is not for me to give you answers, only to prepare you for what awaits. Then we can all go to sleep. Seeker doesn't hate you, Rory. She's just not used to being trusted. Protect her. For me.
Oh, hello. Uh-huh.
You're too late, old mosshead, as ever.
Old Saul?
Time for peace. I forgive you, old man.
What is this story? Who is Old Saul? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Whoop, right. There we go.
You'll get it next time.
I don't know what you were trying to do, but I would rather you didn't. Oh, nice move.
His shots can't get to him back.
Hee hee! Crap. At least got a couple of you. Go ahead and just snare that one up. Move, move, move! That'll do. Ooh. Nice. Can you do it twice? Crap. Turn, turn. Turn and run.
It's about to shoot.
So am I.
Is on my side.
Away with you!
Really?
Get lost, won't you?
Nope, missed it, missed it. There we go. Gotta love a Superman punch. There we go. Hey, buddy. How's that working out for you?
Nothing, child.
You know, his last words go, not the best. Saying, "You know nothing, child," right as we ghost punch him in the grundle. Kiddo.
Old Mosshead is no more. He'll never drink from your skull now, will he? Another ancient promise broken. But what about me? How do I live now? You're all I ever had, and all I'll ever have. Can I set the world on fire now? I just want to see it burn. A pity. Farewell, then.
Hi, Al. You made it just in time for a very sad moment. Ceridian has passed.
She took me in when my father... when no one else wanted me. She taught me to stand up straight.
Leave her be. For now.
Yeah, she doesn't really seem like the hug type. But yeah, so end of last episode, we had a bird that from Ceridian that came and called us here. We got here in time to fend off old Saul, but despite doing that, she passed away, and then she sort of turned into like the almost cherry blossoms, and it caused the tree to bloom. But also now Seeker is Seeker is all alone. I mean, I guess she's got us, but that's probably poor comfort, particularly at the moment. So at least she's safe here without old Saul.
Tired of all this death.
Want to talk about it?
I will do.
Since the like major person trying to break down the wards is now also dealt with. Hopefully at least she'll have time to deal with her grief. Poor kid. It's interesting that he also had
Once I bruise the heart,
the sword
destroy
and
the wisp within
breastplate.
its roots.
Alright, so it's up there. We need that one. He was basically dressed a lot like Pennington, and I'm realizing I don't remember Pennington's first name. Okay, so there's one there. I have to look up if it was Saul, because if so, we might have created a time loop. We found a note where Ceridian was essentially trying to kind of rally Seeker's spirits for having to solve this problem, quote, again, which she repeated a few times, and that had me worried that maybe there's
Shooter.
a loop happening? And if Old Saul is also Captain Pennington, then that kind of confirms it, because we fought his zombie while he was still alive. Although he's dead now. So if we're doing things out of order, I have questions. We run into a few things where they talk about, like, the nightmare and its effects on time, and the very first time that we ran into Jacob, he was surprised that it was June and not winter still, although that might not be a time thing. That might be a combination of the weather still being bad.
Seeker now?
She'll try to make sense of her pain. Or perhaps she'll sit with it a while.
If she has regrets, she must tame them.
Grief knows no rule book.
When I returned from the war, I walked the wet streets of London for a long time. All I could feel was my heart digging a hole deep inside my chest. After what I had seen, what I had done, I just wanted the pain to stop. I wanted oblivion.
Your ghosts were killing you. They almost pushed you to insanity, but you pulled through.
I let myself be drowned. You're the one who pulled me out.
Poetic, if melancholic. What's going on, Red?
I'm losing my grip. Sliding away, slipping through my own fingers. I've come so far. I don't want to go back. Red Rory McWraith, blood-soaked and vicious. Belongs in the past. I fear his return. For you to live. I swore to reap the essence of the living. And if I succeed, I must live with my sins. If I fail, I must shoulder my guilt. And I don't know that I can carry the weight. Are we sure about what we're doing? Are you sure this is what you want?
We made an agreement. Are you having second thoughts?
I don't know. Maybe.
Ceridian's death has changed things for you.
Yeah. She had power, purpose. She had love, and she still chose to leave. Maybe she's right.
Should we reconsider? It may not be too late to change our minds. But you must promise me, Red, whatever we decide, we stick to it. We cannot change our minds again.
I swear it, my love. This is it.
I forgot about this. Yeah, you can change oaths. Huh. I mean, we're still going for resurrection, but like, I like that it gives you the option.
I want this. I want this, only real. I want to be with you in the flesh.
Our minds are set. No going back.
Thank you.
Thank me when you're back.
Backed by the Banishers, Helen Priest dethroned Captain Pennington. Dark truths were unearthed. Some secrets remain buried. The survivors must now set aside old sins and build themselves lives worth living. But can Helen Priest lead them into the future, chained as she is to her past?
Two haunting cases. Hooray! We have so many. We have so many we need to do. Mother Humper. Yeah, okay. I was looking it up while Charles gave us the update on Fort Jericho. And yeah, Captain Pennington's first name is Saul. I'm pretty sure old Saul was Pennington. Huh. Why did he have a beef with Ceridian? Hey, Bedroad. So we just blamed him, and we already fought Old Saul once while he was still alive and kicking. So there's definitely time shenanigans going on. It's possible that ghosts just ignore time stuff, so your ghost might be able to show up before you're dead. Oh, that's... That... Ooh, huh, ha, ooh, okay. I learned something today. Let's see, we have... This is entirely blocked off until we solve a bunch of haunting cases. Fair enough. Fair enough, as the game is trying to be like, hey, you know those haunting cases you've been ignoring? Maybe get on that. Yeah, don't need that. Everything's good there. Alright. And we fast travel. Take me away from here. Alright, so we've got haunting case, haunting case, haunting case, haunting case, haunting case. And apparently something else over here. What else is? Oh, there we go. Sorry, had to. When it hits a certain like factor of zoom, it kind of rebuilds the map. All right, we got the iron back. We can go turn that in. Don't even remember what case this is. Something else over here. Something way up here for some reason. That's odd. Whoop. That's probably another chest. Right, and that's going to the Harrows, which is our new whole area. So I could risk going to the new area and locking myself... Oh, that's so many. Hang on. That's 5 just in Fort Jericho, and 2 more in the surrounding area. So that's 7 over there, and then I think we got, what, like 2 more over here? Alright, alright. Well, let's ignore all that and continue on. And hope beyond hope that I get to a point at the end of the stream where I can go take on some side stuff. I'm not gonna not stream any of the haunting cases, but like this is why I didn't from the start make any kind of promise that I would stream like all of or even the majority of, because there's just so ding dang many. And I'm sorry to say that not all of them are particularly memorable, which is fine. Like, you know, when you have that much like things to do, I don't think every one of them needs to be a banger. I like that there's still a variety. It very rarely feels like you're solving the same case twice. In fact, I don't think I ever felt like I was saving the same case twice, which is
Won't
nice.
be easy. We've lost an ally and a friend, and the nightmare is all around.
Barrel. May not have a witch anymore, but we have this
We won't
barrel.
be going this way.
This country needs better bridges, or it'll come to nothing.
Back we go. Let's get to the Harrows and see what the size of things are. And, you know, if we can knock out the last major chapter, then it's just haunting cases from there to the end.
These will be the Harrows.
An imaginative name.
See the
There's a
wisps.
ring to
Okay. Mire Marshes, the Harrows. Mount Pleasant is the only pleasantly named area around here, it feels like. And it probably was pleasant when it wasn't overrun with zombies. Go ahead and just stay. You just stay right there. You are tough. Whip. There we go. Mount Pleasant must be a dump like the Cape of Good Hope. Honestly, there's the fort and there's not much else. Like, it's a snowy mountain. It's got great views, but yeah, I guess it's not... Mount Pleasant, I guess I would expect to be a bit warmer, all things considered. So the one nicely named locale is clearly named ironically. Alright, well, we've completed Grief and Rancor, which is 2 very powerful magic cards, so... Witchfinders.
A dock.
An underground landing. Interesting.
Don't want to be a witchfinder. Come on, swing back. Unless Christopher Lee is here. Kaboom! Shall we? Love that every time.
I wonder what was landed here all that time ago.
Something illicit, no doubt.
Did we find a smuggler's haven? Love a smuggler's haven. Okay. Aha. Kaboom! Chest. We've got new gear I haven't even looked at just because I'm so happy with what we're wearing. This. Some of this. Shiny chest. Alright. New pieces of gear. Another shiny chest. Alright. No. Some of these are blue and some of them are orange, and I don't know that there's actually a difference between the two. If there is, I haven't put together. I haven't paid that close attention to it, honestly. They all have stuff, is the important thing. Might be that the orange ones have gear and the blue ones have currency and, like, ingredients? Antea doesn't get new ghost clothes, does she? No, and it's a crime. I feel like at minimum when we change up the banishing ring or whatever, that... Oh, hang on. That it should change her appearance. Just so that there's some way to do it. That would be neat. Hang on, it's over... There it is. Do we need this many soul shards? But we're gonna have them. Alright, so... It does seem like... Ooh, this down here might be a dead end, which is surprising to me, because I really expected this to be where they would want you to go in a smuggler's cave, is down to the dock. But there's not really like a boat riding mechanic, so... Up we go. Oh yeah, I did walk right past an elevator, hey? It's one of those kind of elevators.
Watch out. Spectre possession.
Go away. Oh hey, you know what? Do this now. Woohoo! It's not quite an elevator fight, it's a waiting for an elevator fight, but I feel like they're adjacent. Whoop. There she is. Just trying to back into her. I like the arrows that point at enemies behind you. Yeah, the radial system, which I also appreciate that there's an option to turn that off so that people that are not a fan of that can remove it. I like it personally because it really makes it easy for me to track even when kind of distant enemies get added to the field. And so it's like, oh, there's something behind me, there's something over there. And then they also will glow orange if its specter is about to move over and possess a body, or they'll glow red if they're about to attack you. So it's a lot of information in a very kind of compact format, and I find it very readable even in big chaotic fights. It's good. At least I like it.
Ceridian's island is a pleasant place no longer.
Folk will miss her, without ever knowing she was here.
Oof. Yeah. I mean, they've got Seeker. I have faith in her. But also, yeah. Compass says go this way. And we squeeze. Does the size or shape of the arrow tell you the distance to the enemy? It might. I haven't paid that close attention to it, but the size of the indicator might be proximity.
Did we miss a few?
Yeah, because those are a ways away from us now.
I have another.
But like once they get closer, hard to tell.
I have to do this myself.
You shouldn't stay in there.
Get lost. And right there. Perfect.
Have a bit of this.
It was Santeo. It's like, there's one behind me. Oh, wait. Nope, that's the wife. Wife ghost. Very important. Entirely different category.
After what happened at the fort, I wonder what awaits us in the Harrows.
No matter the bridge, we can cross it.
Don't get cocky.
Oh, I'm not. I'll be relying on you.
Don't. We're facing a nightmare. Rely on us.
Oh, I like that. Poor puppy. But also, there's no bridge we can't cross, except for the bridge back to New Edentown, which is literally out, and not being able to cross it is a major plot point. But other than that one.
The landscape here is more pleasant. There are fields and pastures and better weather.
Can you feel the warmer air?
I don't feel it, not really. But I know it's there. If I focus, I can still see the beauty of the world.
I'd be tempted to think the warmer air means a warmer welcome. I suspect I'll be wrong.
Trust that instinct, young apprentice, for it will serve you well.
Campfire. Yeah. Oh no. Ah! They heard the gunshot. Oh yeah, you are not taking a lot of damage.
That corpse is gonna shoot.
Still a hilarious thing to say.
Away with you.
Uh-huh. How we doing? You can tell by the way I move my... There we go. Hey, yo.
Die, you bastard!
You're a ranged character. You should have stayed up on the hill. Although I guess you would have been shot, so... 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Suddenly, I can't manifest.
That's not good.
Don't love
Something
that.
magic hinders me.
This thing?
I'm still hindered.
Damn it.
If you destroyed
wait,
the
hang on.
wood we saw back there, I'd... Better. Thank you.
These wards look fairly new. A witch?
A Haskell, more likely. Let's be careful.
Campfire. Alright, we picked up a lot of stuff. Let's have a quick inventory of our inventory. Still don't see us changing out of this coat anytime soon, although at some point I should probably get the stuff to upgrade it. Yeah, that's still looking good. Oh, we can raise this one even further. Swift Shot and Sweeper are both quite good. Hello. Hitting an enemy with the rifle stock. I never remember that that's an attack I can do. And then this is the one that doubles rifle body shot damage. I'm trying to encourage myself to do weak spots. What does this require for upgrade? Yeah, we got plenty. Let's just do that. Alright. Level 7 weapon? Take it. And we got this guy. Hitting a weak spot with the rifle restores health. Well, you know, as long as we're doing it anyway. Alright, so what we've currently got, hitting an enemy with a third punch restores 6 spirit points. That's going to get less and less useful now that we have more manifestations. Drinking a decoction, that's our sippy cup, during combat knocks down surrounding enemies. That's helpful. We get backed into a corner, then the sippy cup also has like an AoE knockdown, which is nice. Damage dealt by Red and Ante is increased by 50% when all manifestations are on cooldown. No, it's gotta be this one. Upgrade it. Upgrade it again. Alright. Perfect. Amulet. Defeating an enemy with a banish refills the spirit. Oh! Defeating an enemy with banish refills the spirit gauge by 100%, just all the way up. That's very tempting. Defeating an enemy with Antea grants 15 banish points. That's kind of another part of our loop. Damage dealt by Antea and Red is increased by 30%, but health point gains are reduced by 50%. Also, its stats are crap. Defeating an enemy with punch attack restores 20 spirit points. Now, that's the better version of the last thing, but I still think this might be the way to go. Let's try it on. It's not upgraded yet. We'll try it on Forbidden, see how we like it. Hitting a weak spot with a rifle grants 15 banish points. Yeah. Punch is increased by 50%, but the spirit point cost of punch, right, it costs more, but it also deals more damage. Each enemy hit by punch increases the damage of punch by 15. It's cumulative. Spirit point gains are increased by 20%, but melee damage dealt by Red, and no, that's not going to be great. Defeating an enemy with Antea increases the damage of the next heavy attack by 150%. That's pretty good. And then that's the dodge charges up our punches. No, I think Ursa Major is still the way to go, because that we want a thing that is constantly giving us banish points. Manifestation damage is increased by 100%, but cooldowns are increased by 100%. That could actually be just a double bonus, because if we've already got a thing that says we do half again as much damage when all manifestations are on cooldown, something that keeps them on cooldown longer. Yeah, that could be really good. Have a whole bunch of this Scourge accretion. Let's go ahead and just... There we go. Lovely. And it gets our health up. Yeah. Beating an enemy with manifestation increases the damage of the next rifle. Yeah, that's too limited. Then we've got this. Currently, damage dealt by red is increased up to 40% to lower the spirit gauge. Okay. Banishing consumes 150 spirit points to deal 100% increased damage. Well, if banishing immediately refills our spirit points, then this is just all upside. Although its stats are crap, so maybe not worth it. Manifestation cooldowns are decreased by 30%, but manifestation damage is decreased by 25%. So this almost immediately starts to counteract another piece of gear where cooldowns are doubled and then they're brought down. So cooldowns are like 75% longer and do 70% longer and deal 75% more damage. Be an interesting wombo combo. But also its stats are crap. So I think we're just going to stick with this one. What are our threes here? Making rifle shots consume spirit points to deal extra damage. The stats on this? It's pretty good. Alright. Keep an eye on that. Damage dealt by Antea is increased by up to 2% the higher the spirit gauge. Okay. Again, if we've got an engine that's immediately kicking her all the way back to 100% spirit energy, that gets more and more handy. So, alright. Neat. Try out a new kit. I feel like the only downside right now is that
But you can't cook.
we're gonna have to be very judicious with the use of the ensnare attack because it's gonna be on twice as long of a cooldown. But that's alright. I like things that make me think critically about how we're using abilities.
What now?
I can't help you from here.
Oh dear.
I'll deal with it quickly.
Oh, that's problematic. Oh, right over the head, huh? Fine. There we go.
We'll take you.
Right over the shoulder. Damn.
Have some of this.
Now then. Grab all this. That means there's a ghost ward around here somewhere? But where? That's a thing we'll be able to climb later. Where's the ward? Well, in the meantime, as long as we're here. That's not it. It's not, like, behind the barrels, is it? No, okay. Gotta check. We need cosmetic gear slots. And,
I don't think so.
okay, so I'll only be able to move that once she can break stuff down. Okay. Where is the ghost ward? It would have to be nearby. Okay, so from out here, we're fine. So whatever it is, it's got to be... Oh, I see. Okay. In the house? One assumes? A reasonable place. Aha!
The ward's
Put
power
a
is
ghost ward.
gone.
Whoa. Didn't realize that was a reading thing. I was like, some stuff. February 28th, 1694, last year. Will and I argue. The frost has not yet lifted, and we will be late in planting. This winter has not been easy, and if there is no harvest next winter, it shall be worse. February 28th, how the time passes, but not the frost. March 18th, we have not yet planted, and now I am feeling unwell. I shall take to my bed and write again when I am up. Ooh. Alright, so we need to find the key for that. Keep finding these Bibles. And I'm a little weirded out by it. we go. Grab this. Over here. That gets us up here. Hooray! Now what? Cool trick. What can you do with it? Yeah. Let's just move this guy. There we go. Up again. And up again. Alright. We're making progress towards something. Farmer's last letter. Faith is dead, and now these creatures are roaming around our farm. I barely escaped and found refuge here on the heights, but I don't know how long I can hold out. No one will come for me. Oh Lord, have mercy. How do you think that went? In we go. Alright, ooh, stuff. Key! Just take us right back out. It does! Love a good loop, me. Run back in here. And open the chest. Huzzah! Ooh, a new gun. Thing. And down into the field, because we opened a door from up above. Had a glowy thing in it. Alright. So far, my operating theory that the blue chests are full of, like, crafting materials and currency is bearing out. Well, this was fruitful, but kind of a closed loop. So let's get ourselves right back here for a moment. And yep. And we'll just sort of pause. How large is this investigated? Wow, that's the whole region. Alright, well. There's only so much Harrows. Well, we'll come back and take a look at the Harrows. All of them, I guess. In just a moment. Because first we're going to go to our break. So stand up, get a drink, do whatever you need to do to take care of you. And we'll be back here in just a few minutes. See y'all shortly. Alright. Let's investigate. So that seems to suggest that this is, in fact, not the correct way. So this is like the far southern edge of whatever this search area is. So we'll go north. Hem. We'll go north. And up. Let's help a friend down here. Oh, that's a rock. Okay, so that's a way back. Can't go up that way. Let's take a look at what this is. But first, barrel. This is where we got this. Is there any other way out of this area? Oh, yeah, there is. Ha! Thank you, yellow paint. Oh, we go. But so many chests. That'll help. Is that all that? Yeah, that's all that's up here. Crap. Alright, never mind. The other way. Feels a little silly to have all of this rigmarole and this not be the critical path. So let's get back to this. Here. Up. Maybe I just missed something up here. I mean, the key's valuable. Ooh, ice cream. Ooh, wait, hang on. In here? Well, thank goodness for those 4 linen. Nothing to do with the stream, but you know, made me happy. Listen, that's well worth sharing. We haven't gone this way. I realize technically it's telling me that the search area is behind us, but this might be a situation where we have to, like, go away from it to get back to it. That...
What in the... There's a ship here.
Incredible. Beautiful, too.
Yeah, that's a whole ship.
Destroy those ghost wards if you want me back.
Alright, that's one. Everywhere we go around here has ghost wards. What's going on? Nope.
Call on me.
Yeah!
This isn't over yet.
Good. Go for it. Well worth it. The puppy. There we go. Alright. Got some new timings to get used to. Alright, it's a good challenge. But yeah, somebody is warding this place to hell and back. It's almost like there's some kind of ghost problem and someone decided to do something about it. Fair. I'm just trying to figure out who. We went from knowing about 2 witches in the area to losing one of those witches. And now we've learned that there's apparently a new witch. Redfish, bluefish. So it's just yeah, it's a question.
Much better.
Nice.
Something's nearby.
Where is it?
When you say something, do you mean this?
That's a void breach, all right. Should we jump in?
Maybe it's Fear God's protege? That's a good point. Fear God knew enough about how to, like, what you call it, hex the chests. Stands through. Oh, there we go. Alright. We're getting lots of stuff, which, you know, I'm not opposed to that. But I'm trying to advance the story, and I am having trouble doing that. But we also found a whole boat, so, like, maybe let's head boatward and see what happens.
Whatever grip it is the nightmare has here, you'd never know by looking.
So that looks like a town on the horizon, and the question is it an occupied town? Is it a ghost town? Which I guess is still an occupied town in a way. I'm sorry, we find a nice little fire pit here, beautifully constructed on a rocky surface next to water, in case things get out of hand, and we can't use this as a campfire? Can we take the little stool with us? Nope. Not even an interactable object in the world. That's a shame. Bridge!
Wonder why.
To keep folk in, or to keep something out?
Hey, Red, remember your whole thing about no bridge we can't cross?
I feel a draft.
From the invisible.
This? This. Okay. Oop, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Alright. And then one more on this side, I assume? Aha! There you are. Bridge. Tiny chest. Let me put 20 bucks in a box down by the river. It's like geocaching. No, not that way. Go this way. Signs! New Edentown, Dark Woods, God's Acre, and Covenant Beach. Uh-huh.
The village is full of ghost wards. They're afraid of something.
Leave them up. Cause no trouble.
Alright. Glad you said something. It was this close. Harrow's Hamlet.
Oh there! Anyone home? Where did they go?
Please don't all be ghosts. I said please don't all be ghosts. How we feeling about leaving those wards up? I mean, I guess if they were ghosts, they wouldn't be able to manifest here, so. But then it's just an empty town, and that's... Is that better? I don't know that that's... Oop. No, we cannot just rob these people. Yeah, no? Alright. This is the most polite that we've been about entering. I need to... Can't read the note. Alright. Okay, there's a big, like, still in construction building at the top of the hill. There's candles still lit, yeah? knock on that door. Laundry out drying? Yeah, okay. If something happened, it happened quick. No, okay, fine. Okay, that's why we can't go in there. That will be our place to bed down later. To know. Right, there's no bodies, there's no blood anywhere. No signs of violence.
We need to find
And
a
a
key
locked
to open
chest.
this.
We can do little looting as a treat. Aha. This is creeping me out a little. I'm still gonna take the stuff, but like in a scared kind of way. Can we call the elevator? Damn. All right. Haskell! The governor is alive, so that's something. Giving a sermon. Oh, we're gonna have to take that down eventually. Okay. I see the pieces. Yeah. Just snake our way under here. Yeah, because the only person that can break that down is Antea. Okay, so at some point something is going to happen. And she's going to change her opinion about bringing down the ghost wards, I think. Otherwise, why would they put that there?
Aye, Fairfax Haskell, though it bring demons down in great wrath upon my soul, to pray.
Oh yeah, didn't Haskell say he was a demonologist?
Goliath's armor.
Are they your wards?
Friends, find fortitude in our success. Exiled from our homes by the devil's machinations, we congregate before the Lord in this new meeting house. We gather.
He just said, fuck New Eden Town, we're building a new one.
Come, and we shall be well protected by the holy ward my son now makes under my instruction.
Oh.
For I have spent hours countless in your service,
He has a son.
poring through books and papers, devouring the oeuvre of my peers, that our meeting house...
Newer, Edenier.
Fairfax Haskell.
And when this one fails, it'll be newest Edenist.
Half built? Yes. Open to the four winds? Yes. But already it is resplendent with our faith. A shining reminder of our renewed belief in better days.
Yep. Hi.
McCraith, Mr.
Don't let me interrupt.
I thought you. What happy portent, what most excellent news. What blessings. I applaud your valorous deeds. O fate, I say, dead sir, I thought you dead.
Maybe I am.
Well, at least he has the courage to finally say the thing he was
Not
talking
make
around a
light
moment
of
ago.
Such matters, my friend, for the devil's wrath is wide awake, and his claw scratches at our door, metaphorically speaking.
I'm alive. I promise.
Heh.
My friends, I
Would a
shall
ghost
do this
lie?
sermon another time. The battle with the devil's legions is ongoing, and Mr. McCraith and I have much to discuss.
Okay, you got that right. I mean, it's a great spot for a town. I can't knock you there. Hi, bud. You look.
Thank you, Lamb.
Are you okay, Lammy?
Behold this miracle of ours, Mr. McCraith. Exiled we, yet in our darkest hour we find the moral vigor to build this humble monument to resilience. But you and I must speak of darker matters. For we, erudite men of higher learning, know that evil yet walks. There is much work to be done.
Indeed there is.
Yes, yes. Forgive the inelegance of my welcome. You are alone. Do I surmise that Miss Duarte is no more?
I don't like anyone who uses the phrase moral vigor. Yeah, I'm reminded that when all this started, when we first arrived and learned that Charles was dead, and we met the Selectmen, and we met Thickskin, Captain Pennington, and Governor Haskell, Thickskin immediately grabbed her rifle and stormed off because she was mad that they had essentially been doing nothing. Pennington seemed very apathetic about the whole situation, and Haskell was forthcoming with information, told us about the demonology thing, and it was pompous, but at least trying to do something. And now it's very clear that a lot of, well, I don't know that it's very clear yet. Now I have concerns. If only because we've set up a trend by coming here third. But the fact that it's his son setting up the wards and not him, it sets off a little bit of a yellow flag for me. And also just the fact that ever since we got here, it feels like he's been giving one long sermon. Which is... someone who can't switch out of pulpit mode is always a little bit of a worry.
I'd rather not talk about it.
Blessed is the man in whose spirit there is no guile. When I kept silence, my bones waxed old through my roaring all the day long. I'm so sorry for your loss. Grief is a journey, long and painful, but you do not walk the road alone, I promise you.
Oh, I know. I know.
In time, God healed my wounds. May you too find peace. Now, I regret that even at this most burdensome...
Is Mammon the opposite of a sermon? That's
and beg once more for
question.
your help.
Yeah, what's happening?
What's going on? It must be serious if you're asking for my help.
Since your defeat at the meeting house, the devil, heartened and emboldened, goes from strength to strength. Insinuates himself among my people, reveling in the suffering of the disease he unleashes upon us. It pits one against the other. Suspicion tears this community apart once again. All this to weaken my people and lead them away from the light of God.
Okay, now I'm more convinced he's evil.
In times of disease, you need doctors, and I'm no doctor.
We'll not treat the symptoms, we'll tear out the root. An agent of the devil walks among
Community?
us.
There's like 6 of you. That can be a community.
You must find her, or him, as it may be. You and I share great expertise, but I'm a man of position, while you, sir, are much more familiar with field work. Go, meet my people, walk amongst them, learn which of them secretly serves the demon, that we may expunge this evil malady from our body politic.
It's a witch hunt.
What makes you think there's a witch at work here?
Aye, sir, I'm a man of God and intellect. I can read the signs. When a so-called mystery disease afflicts half of my people overnight, there can be only one culprit. 'Tis the devil's doing, sir. Probably through one of his servants. For you see, I understood immediately that the water in the well had been tainted. There are no strangers here. You could self-accept it. No one has fled. The guilty woman, or man, I suppose, remains within the village. As evil walks, the evil are emboldened, but this witch shall see her downfall. Or his, of course. As did the last one, as will the next. Some years ago, you may have heard tell of this. I made my name on the execution of a terrible witch. It pains me that I must do it once more.
Okay, so that's him just flat out saying that 7 years ago, I guess he was already governor at that point 7 years ago, and was the one who accused or presided over the witch trial of Deborah that led to her being chained up down in the mine. So That actually means that at least in Deborah's case, Thickskin was the most innocent. I'm happy we got rid of her for other reasons. But, huh. Huh. About the illness, about your ghost words, what's the word? Let's just get this conversation over as quick as possible.
I am no witch hunter. My business is with the lingering dead.
For a fee, yes, I know. But you can't deny evil practitioners exist. A few years ago, I had to cleanse this community from such a threat.
Oh, those are... Our options are, do you mean Deborah and you listened to Pennington? I don't want to give him the opening that I think the second one provides.
Do you mean Deborah?
You know a little already, I gather. Yes. Deborah, the crooked school teacher. When Deborah
Was she?
showed her true nature, I was proud to pass judgment upon her. She earned her punishment. Her mask was a good one, as if butter would not melt upon her tongue. But you cannot fool a man of faith and intellect. No, sir, you cannot.
You'll not mind me saying it, but for a Puritan paradise, you seem to get more than your fair share of witches.
God has not forsaken us, but someone here does the devil's work. Find me a witch, Mr. McCraith. Return this place to the Lord.
I'm a working man, Governor, but the Lord does seem happy to pay, so I'll do what I can.
He didn't say, find me the witch. He said, find me a witch. With the implied, any witch will
I'll
do.
take my leave of you, Governor.
Of course. Outside, you must take the stairs. While you're with us, the first house on the left shall be your home.
Hasky, buddy, I gotta be honest, I
Another
don't
witch hunt.
see a world in which this ends well for you.
If there even is a witch, Deborah was innocent.
Also hilarious him being like, you know, whoever she is, or he, I suppose, when, yeah, literally his own son is putting up ghost words, which is at least witch adjacent. What if it's Seeker with a baseball bat full of nails? Then we will get out of the way.
You're the Governor's son, right?
Yes, sir. Lamentation Haskell.
Lamentation, that's why Lammy.
Oh, there would if I had any. Please, call me Lammy. I have so many questions, sir. So many questions. But I suspect this is not the time.
No, not the time. But perhaps you may help me anyway.
It's like a wet blanket.
Me? Why, if I can help, I'd be honored.
Actually, no, I take that back. He's meek but excited, and that's actually great. Is it hard to be the governor's son? Maybe we'll save this until we know each other a bit better.
Your father believes there is a Harrow's witch. Have you noticed anyone acting strange?
I'd answer, sir, I surely would, only things being as they are, everyone is acting strange. The curse brought illness. Illness brought
That's valid.
division.
That's a valid
Division
response.
has led to strife. We could do with some healing, sir, we could. We need you to bring us peace.
It's a pity we killed the doctor, hey? Let's just skip on past that.
Good day to you, Lammy.
Good day to you, sir.
Lamentation. Nicknamed Lammy. What a...
Ghost Ward. I think you can safely knock it over.
Okay, so this one we can get rid of.
No more wards.
Thank you.
The New Eden Curse, A Long Winter. Did I ever write about the winter that never ended? Sometimes I lose track of time. There's time shenanigans going on, and it's messing with me. Anyway, this is the reason why I keep these pages, until the day I'll give them to the wind to witness of what happened to us. 1694. Sickness was upon us. Chicken died first, then the calves and lambs. Crops were bad in the summer, autumn was gray and cold, old people started to die. I remember, I think it was in October when we buried the Hutchinson. A whole family taken by the disease in 2 days, children and adults all alike. Then there was the fire on the docks, or was it before? It is hard to remember anymore. Fear rose, and the decision...
1860?
This is set in 1695.
Okay.
Fear rose, and the decision was made to send the children away by precaution. The Governor Haskell ordered the children to be sent away. Thickskin Newspith and Nicholas Doolin agreed to lead the young ones to Boston. It was in December. I remembered it because I wrote a long page in my journal that day. The 7th of December, cold was already terrible then. It only went worse since. Spring never came. According to my notes, we are already in May, and snow and ice is everywhere. All right, so if Thickskin and Doolin were the ones who were supposed to lead the children to Boston, we know at least Thickskin came back. And I think Doolin came back because he set out again with a separate expedition before dying. And that expedition may actually still be alive, at least partially. Although, as we mentioned last time, it doesn't seem entirely out of the question that Thickskin might have just, like, left the kids in the woods and then come back and say that they made it to Boston okay. But we haven't run into anything that suggests that Doolin would go along with a lie like that. So I'm guessing that this is confirmation that the children did make it to Boston okay. Because the people who led them there made it back. Our only visitor for all these months is that French friend of the governor, Etienne Roulet, and even him cannot leave now. Minister Davenport has ceased to conduct prayers and guidance in the meeting house. The survivors are all hungry and cold. Soon some help should arrive by boat. Banishers from Europe. Hi, it's us. I wonder if they will ever be able to leave like the rest of us. Lucy B. This is the second letter we've seen from Lucy, I think.
One note. This is actually historically accurate. 1695 is cold. Worldwide, actually.
1695, there was like a legendary worldwide winter.
Yeah, basically.
Neat.
It wasn't as bad as 1860 as the year without summer, but it got pretty close to it.
Yeah, I mean, like, at this point we're in June, and it's still really... everybody keeps commenting on how cold it is in New England, which I just sort of took as that's New England for you. But if it was actually like an unusual global winter, that's
There's
neat.
Chunk of famine going on because crops failed.
Chunk of famine going on because crops failed, wet and cold. Oh, ew. All right, so they chose their year very specifically. Neat. Thank you. Love learning stuff like that. Another Bible. I recognize it just from the shape. You know, it's a square. We found a chest somewhere near here. Ooh. Yeah, there it is. As long as I've got this key. So this is the chest that has the deceased inhabitant's personal belongings. And we found the key to it in the place that we're staying. So something tells me we know where they lived before. That's the one we were in before. What does this one look like? Let me see it in the light. Yeah, that's fine. I like the scarf, I like the patterning, but you know what? It's no... Oop, that's the wrong button. It's no glowing pink ethereal garb, which I really need to find the upgrade materials for. Oh, hey! It's, Nathaniel?
How are you, Mr. Bachelor?
I do not need the services
Hugh!
of a heretic.
It's way off.
And nor do the people of New Eden.
He seems pleasant.
This is one of the first people we met.
Seen anything strange of late?
Do you speak of the disease eating at the fabric of our fair community? We've sealed the well, closed homes and houses, and said our prayers.
Oh, yeah.
It has not worked.
Apart from that, have you noticed anyone behaving strangely? I have to ask.
I have seen the alewife, Mistress Barrow, lurking by the well, hands in her pockets clutching at her herbals.
This famine
And as I
killed
think
a
of it,
third of the Finnish
before his house
population
burned down
years.
with his wife and brother in it, Caleb Watson and the alewife had a sharp exchange of words. 'Twere as if she'd cursed him. If there is a Harrow's witch, I'd start looking there.
If I wanted a word with her, where would I find her?
She tends to the alehouse, brewing God knows what witchery and mischief in her cauldron.
Do you think she uses a cauldron to brew beer? Do you understand how brewing works? But yeah, all right. So apparently, worldwide famine, very bad.
God keep you, but I shall not.
As you would expect, but like this one in particular,
Yeah, it's
nasty.
listed as a great famine.
Listed as a great famine. So Hugh Batchelor is exactly as dour as the first time we met him. Oh. Can't remember if he was married when we first met him, but that's an altar for sure, so... Might explain the dour sardonicness. Well, let's read his mail. Hugh Batchelor Diary, page 1, 5th of August, 1686. I think our move to New Eden was a good thing. In Boston, Marcy was not appreciated. She was even rejected. These people don't understand anything. Here, a new life awaits us, and the people of this small town seem more godly than our former neighbors. Sure that Marcy will be listened to. Aha. Hey, Bob. Diary, page 2. Our first months in New Eden went well. Marcy integrated rather well. People speak to her, and even if they are sometimes a little confused by her words, they do not judge her, and they seem to believe her when she speaks about her visions. That's because these people are true Puritans, true subjects of God. Today, Marcy refused to go out, and she hardly spoke to me, locked in her thoughts. I think our Lord is communicating with her. Sometimes she reminds me of our mother. Even if she did not have divine visions, the same brightness shone in her eyes, the same brightness of holiness. Sometimes I am a little disappointed that I did not inherit our mother's wisdom, but in the end it's better this way. I may not be God's direct interlocutor, but I am the protector of his mouthpiece. Father and Mother would be proud to see us. Marcy discusses with our companions, and my reputation grows day by day. I am becoming a respectable man in our community. I miss our parents sometimes, and I wish they hadn't left so young. I wish I hadn't had to take care of Marcy when I was old enough to get married. But that was my destiny, and today I understand it, because today Marcy and I form a divine duo, the Word of God and its interpreter, and when we die we will be at the right hand of our Lord, proud of what we have accomplished during our time on earth. Alright, so I'm taking from that Marcy is his sister, and that Hugh at least believed that she had a direct conduit to God Almighty, which is...
This is locked from the inside.
Not what I expected from Hugh, to be honest. Well, it's a good thing we illegally read his mail. We'll follow up on that later.
Death all of a sudden.
It's justice. Start anew. Shite on these people. They can't hurt us. But how could you make him kiss it again?
Oh there.
Are
you alright, sir?
We're closed. Now. Out with you. Leave. Leave.
I can tell from your surly demeanour that you won't mind me
Thank you, Bob.
a couple of questions. I'm Red McCraith. I'm a banisher. I'm searching the area for evidence of witchcraft. And you, I can tell, are itching to help me.
Show your shiting shapes, goose peddler. No witches here. Only myself, Caleb Watson.
I heard that name just a moment ago. Is anyone acting strange?
The governor bade me make the rounds. Is anyone acting strange?
Why would he ask you that?
Everyone keeps secrets, and I have a talent for uncovering them.
I ain't got no secrets. I ain't done no wrong. Search me house if you don't believe me. See for yourself.
Right.
When you're done, if you're any kind of man, you'll come back here, doff your cap, apologise, then shite off and never come back.
If you're looking for someone acting strangely, I think you've found your man.
I mean, honestly, that all seems reasonable so far. Like, he's a little gruff, but...
A man content with his own company is never alone. You hear that? Good one, right? This is wrong. It's wrong, I tell you.
Well... That's probably fine. Mistress Walcott, I write in all kindness to remind you gently of your outstanding bill for the repairs done on your boots. Late payment serves no one, you must know it, and this is not the first time you have left me hanging. Perhaps you would be so kind to pay your bills of a morning before you open your bottle. Despite your foul words, I remain your friend, Caleb Watson.
Fascinating. Does each citizen have their own?
What do you think?
2 of them are missing. Alexander and Ruth Watson. Family?
Let's have a poke about. Dear Mr. Watson, I herewith write to you personally to thank you for your new diligence, application, and hard work towards building a new future for the company. Mastery of a craft is, as I'm sure you know, a sign of godliness, and as surely as day follows night, a village of well-shod parishioners is a sure sign of the Lord's prosperity. With sincerest salutations, the Right Honourable Fairfax Haskell, Governor of New Eden, Prick. Dear Mr. Watson, I'm responding to your letter regarding my abilities. I am delighted to know that we share the same interests, and it would be very nice to be able to meet with you to discuss the subject. Indeed, I would like to know more about the extent of your knowledge and your technical abilities. However, if possible, I'd like to meet you somewhere quiet and secluded, away from those who would monger scandal. And as I know that the work of an artist can excite emotions, especially if not correctly understood. People are rarely objective, and I would not want this to taint the professionalism of our interview. Look forward to hearing from you soon. Yours sincerely, your friend and fellow craftsman. That's not suspicious. Dorky. I didn't think it was that dorky. Sorry. That letter grunted when we picked it up. We'll have to put it down gently. Ruth, I've long considered sending you this letter at all, as I can only imagine how it will make you suffer. But I believe that an omission of the truth is a lie in the eyes of God, and so a sin, even if pretending nothing is wrong would be easier on us all. Alexander is unfaithful. He sees harlots behind your back. There, the truth is out. I have long been familiar with Alexander's depravity. He might be charming and quick-witted, but his soul is defective, and God has rejected him. Damn. From a Puritan, that seems like a harsh burn. No matter what the town might want to say about you, I know that you are pure. I know that your soul untouched, bright, and godly. I admire your grace and the purity of your heart as revealed in your words and your actions. The world fades around your presence, and my love is ever growing. My home is always open to you, dear Ruth, as is my heart. Caleb Watson.
Being caught by 2 brothers at once rarely ends well.
Personal experience.
Don't go there.
Medallion found in Caleb Watson's cobbler's shop, engraved with the initials R.W. Ruth Watson, I assume. And containing a lock of blonde hair. It is in very poor condition. The hair, the locket, or both? Dorky.
Hugh Batchelor said Lucy Barrow cursed the house and it burned down.
The house burned down, and I suspect the rest is nonsense.
What's this? It's not metal, not wood.
That's bone.
It's bone. Lovely.
You can tell when you lick it. Notice, hear ye, the deaths and subsequent funerals have taken place of Alexander Watson and Ruth Watson, wife and brother to the shoemaker Caleb Watson. Both dead tragically in the fire at the Watson house and burned with dignity before Caleb and his friends and neighbors and the eyes of the Lord at God's acre. Ruth is remembered as a devoted wife and a kind and gentle presence in our community. Alexander is remembered as a troubled man, off bottle-bound, who caused much vexation and was given to great sin, yet who redeemed himself at the end by rushing heedless into the flames in a futile effort to save his sister-in-law. We pray for their acceptance at the right hand of God.
Ruth Alexander Watson, the cobbler's wife and brother.
He's surely haunted, but where's the ghost?
Fear not.
I think we need to talk to Caleb Watson.
Off soon. We both will. You done enough sniffing? Tired of the smell of your own arse?
Is Is the ghost inside you?
You said you had no secrets. That was a lie, am I right? Everyone has secrets.
I can smell your secrets from here, mate. A pox on you. And a pox on your questions, too.
You'll not take him head on. You must take your time, outflank him.
Why do you have bones?
There's burned debris out back. I found bone in it. Where does it come from?
You must have little business if you spend your time sifting through my rubbish. It came from the house. Probably.
I read your letter to Ruth. It's clear you loved her. Were you telling the truth about Alexander's infidelity?
My name is Caleb Watson. And before God and all present, I swear that the letter I wrote to Ruth was a load of shite. Lusting for his beloved Ruth, I set out to ruin Alexander's name, 'cause I'm a greedy little prick.
You're frank. You don't sound like you regret it, though.
No. The past's the past. Dead and buried. My brother is but a lingering memory.
Uh-huh.
It was terrible what happened to your wife and brother. Might have helped if you'd mentioned it. You must be grieving. Do you mind if I ask where they're buried?
Shite on me shite bag brother. And shite on you too. They're both deep in the dirt up at God's Acre, and I'll speak no more of it.
What's going on at God's Acre, Caleb?
Shite off with your God's Acre, and good riddance to both. God's Acre concerns you not.
You need
Well, then that's where we're going.
Here. Stop hiding.
Nothing happened. Buried all. Quiet, you. And you can shite off, taking your nothing happened with you.
Is it both brothers?
Whatever happened, it happened at God's Acre.
Two brothers, one body?
The governor's speech was so inspiring.
As always.
A shame he was so rudely interrupted.
A shame indeed. Maybe we should go home now. Are you ready?
I'm ready when you are.
Okay, we cannot chat with those two.
Ah, the famed and famous Banisher, the one and only Red McWraith.
Have we met?
I was at the meeting house. You've got guts. I like that.
Thank you.
Ooh, politeness gives me the shits. I buy and sell. Now then, what's your pleasure?
What you got?
May I see your wares?
I'm a shopkeeper, aren't I? Yes, you may see my wares.
Ooh, hang on. Treasure map. Well, those are useful, but not terribly exciting.
Till we meet again.
You mind your good self, do you hear?
Alright, that's Phoebe.
Give us this day our daily bread. Our bread, not our ale, our bread. Do you want us to starve? I should have the yeast. You know it, Mistress Barrow. You know it full well.
If you want yeast, then grow your own. Just stick some in a jar and grow it, and you'll have it forever. Now
That's
there is
more or less true.
and it's my fault.
Food is a staple, and drink is a luxury. Give me the yeast.
How many different ways do you need to hear it? Of yeast, there is no more. There is yeast, no more. Yeast? No, no more. Shitting yeast.
You're lying.
You're pricking now, Mr. Cottle, and I am vexed. Go home. Go back to your work. Go to hell for all I care. Just go away.
Okay, I need to know your story.
Good day, madam.
Mistress, Lucy Barrow, the alewife.
Lucy!
Red McWraith, the Banisher. Alewife, is it? I'd never have guessed from looking at you.
Been finding your letters.
What does an alewife look like, Mr. Banisher?
She's good.
No, that's a fair point. If you can grow as much as you want, how'd she run out? Great questions. It's more, with minimal maintenance, you can keep a sourdough starter going forever. But if you ever, like, if it ever slips past a certain point, you can lose the whole batch. Which I'm guessing is what happened.
Would you be interested in a trade at all?
What do you need?
Okay, and you've got the stuff. Got it. All right.
I'll take my leave of you for now.
And I of you.
Mr. Cottle?
Good day to you, sir.
Likewise. Red McWraith. You?
Perry Cottle, I'm the baker. What are you doing out here in the rustics?
I'm a banisher. I'm looking for ghosts.
Find no ghosts here, sir.
More or less
Nor
true.
demons. The governor, in his piety, sees to that.
I envy your faith, Mr. Cottle.
How's that working out so far?
Hey.
I should go.
And I must work.
Okay, so our main quest is to actually do the side quest. That's good to know. That's this one. That's this one. Zoop. God's egg, here we go. This way, this way. Zoop. I hope it's by the boat.
Thoughts on Caleb?
You first, young man.
Talking to Caleb felt like talking to a group. I'm thinking possession.
Possession is plausible, but the clues are confusing. We jump to no conclusions. Instead, we gather proof.
I like it. I was definitely worried when I was first, because I remember the resolution on this one. I've forgotten the how we get from A to B, but I remember being worried along the path that this was just going to be a case of like badly handled plurality, and it's not that as much as I'll say for the moment. Okay, so wisps. But it was definitely my
Too heavy to
initial
lower from
concern.
your side.
Alright, so we need to find an angle on that thing to shoot this down. And then there's purple thing up there. And that's also in an interesting spot. Hi, Jasmine. You want to come over to be on stream? Don't see a roller coaster. It's showing us that we can see the little bridge down below. Let's take a look over there. Yeah, there's that. Let's go around here. We can go down. And over. And now up. Okay.
Here we are. Let us find the graves of Alexander and Ruth, and whatever got Caleb acting so strange.
Whoop. Don't get him.
I have another
There.
in sight. Make a run for it!
It's fine. It's just a little soul
Spectre
sucker.
heading for that corpse.
Just hold you in place. Push you off.
A wee Highland kiss for you.
Not sure a gunshot counts as a Highland kiss, but you know.
Is that a femur?
I think I see a patella.
Lovely.
Grave robbers or landslide? First one, then the other.
Grave robbers.
Yes, but what exactly were they stealing?
There. Purple thing.
Ruth
The effigy.
Watson. There's another grave beneath it.
Ha. Down here? Not down here. I mean, yes, this is probably the right place to go, but first, violence!
If undertakers did this, they should find other work.
I doubt there's a job on Earth that suits whatever did this.
Mr. Rabbit.
Decoys. To distract wayward specters. Rudimentary. Someone's had a little training.
Was this Lammy's early work?
Here did lie Alexander Watson.
Did Caleb take their bodies?
Someone did. And he's at the top of my list.
Well, they made quite the mess. Perhaps the decoys may show us the way.
Follow the path. Don't get too close.
I'll try.
Yeah, so we go this way. Alright, there's the decoy.
This way. More of them.
Oh. There's more of them over there. Give it a wide berth. Oh, hang on. A guy! There. That's one. Okay. Oops. Ah.
That's what I was talking about when I said don't get too close.
Didn't think that was very close. Sorry. Eh. Okay, there's one there. Don't think that's one. That's just a lantern. This looks like a shortcut.
Demonology. I should have known.
Okay, this one's already been done. Oh, but it is the way to go. All right, never mind. Back to the rope. Whee! There. All right then. Oh, that's. Hello, Boomst.
He's persistent. I'll grant him that.
Yep.
Did we miss a few?
Ooh. Go ahead and do one of these. Drink.
It's about to strike.
I always forget that there's a lag time on the birds. Oh, curses. Almost.
Think you could...
Bloody buds.
Woo. Oh, get away. Okay. Get away. Back in. There, we'll get there eventually.
Wasn't your first. Won't be your last.
Aye, thank you.
Vigor mortis, really?
Shrines now? With bones?
It's like
Bone shrine.
Blackwood's boudoir around here.
That's
Part of the story is waiting to be revealed.
That's a hell of a pose. Well, let's wait on this until the other side of our second break. We'll be back again in another few minutes. We're just going to run some ads to keep them from auto-running. Yeah, another few minutes, and then we'll come back with the conclusion of this case and finding out what exactly has happened with Caleb and family. So yeah, get up, get a drink, stretch, do whatever you need to do to take care of you. As I said before, it's weird to have that twice in one stream. I'll have to get used to that and find other ways to say it. Regardless, we'll be back in a few minutes. See y'all then. Bet you're wondering how I wound up in this situation. It's actually a funny story.
No, it's not.
It's actually not,
Oh, there,
but...
fella. You're nasty, aren't you?
Nasty, yes. But also shoddy. It's very poor work.
Alright, we probably want... Oh, we need parchment.
Are you sure we didn't miss anything?
With a
I
bit of
mean...
luck, we'll find what we need.
Obviously we did.
Is it just me, or...?
I felt it too.
An aged parchment, smudged and discolored, on which is written the annotated instructions for the incantation of the Lesser Palingenesis, a powerful resurrection ritual. That's the one we're trying to do.
It looks like a butchered version of the ritual of Lesser Palingenesis.
The ritual of... that ritual? The one that brings someone back? That ritual?
Yes, that ritual.
Alright, this is... An echo. We don't need to manifest anybody. Let's just see what happened here.
Now the past is mine to see.
As flesh unto verb, as verb unto heart, as heart unto flesh. Death's knot is unsevered, and I shall cut it.
Oh, buddy, did you get the wrong bones?
You! No! No! You were not supposed to!
Down, boy.
Hello.
Yes. Come to me, Ruth. Come to me, my love. Come back to me.
Uh-huh.
Caleb Watson invoked a ghost without a body for it to inhabit, so it took his. Caleb is no longer Caleb.
Is he still in there too?
He used pieces of his wife and also of his brother.
Ruth, Alexander, Caleb, could be any combination of them in there.
Let's go find out which.
Well, that's horrifying. It's a bit late for this, but once we get back to town and start talking to Caleb again, I'm going to go ahead and count this under body horror warning, because conceptually it is. What's greater palingenesis? A great question. Also, what's even regular palingenesis? We've only heard about the lesser version. But then again, I mean, let's see. If the lesser version brings somebody back to life, is the normal version creating life out of nothing, maybe? This is a guess. I don't think we'll ever get an answer to that question. I think they just wanted a fancy term for the ritual. And at minimum, they have that. The ritual for Antea. The ritual selected specifically to resurrect Antea. Antea's ritual. That ritual? Yes, that ritual! Love the Emperor's New Groove for a variety of reasons, not least the number of wonderful little quotes like that it gave us. So many burb. Over we go. Ha! This is the bridge back. Perfect. Whoa. Less perfect. You. Stop it.
They brought more friends.
Oh, there's another one. Now there isn't. Uh-huh. Woo! Yeah, the added manifestation damage is spicy. I like it. It's making up for the fact that I think we're slightly under level. Well, let's go find Caleb. And by Caleb, I mean
Sure are we that the ritual
the family Watson.
Caleb's work was poor. Your work will be good. Cold feet?
My feet are fine. It's my gut that troubles me.
The ritual shall work, and all shall be well. I promise.
Yes, Caleb is the guy who swore that the letter he wrote about his brother was rubbish, which was actually his brother saying that Caleb's letter defaming him was horseshit. Hang on a moment. Suspicious pile of boxes. There. And over we go. Right. We won't have Antea for this. Something about the well. Oh, somebody...
Recently sealed. Below, it feels off.
Smells off, too.
Is there a body down there? Somebody mentioned that they had seen Lucy Barrows by the well.
Nothing bad.
Like talking to herself or something.
Shite off.
Well, yeah, we know that you're not, strictly speaking, Caleb.
We've been to God's Acre. Quite a tale it told us. You're not Caleb, are you? Or at least not entirely.
Ah, can't fog you. Alexander Watson. Long tale short, Caleb tried to bring his dead wife back. And I live here now.
So many questions. Where to even start?
Do both of you share Caleb's body?
Share? No. This house of flesh is mine. But because I am a generous man, I allow my brother to live in the cellar. We were twins. I was the rotten half, they said. But who's the rotten half now?
I mean, you still seem like an asshole, but, like... Yeah, Caleb also... It went weird with it.
He was trying to bring his wife back. How did you end up in the mix?
Caleb made a fine cobbler, a poor brother, a worse husband, and a truly terrible witch. The ritual went to shite, because... of course it did. There's something else you should know.
Fair.
If you don't know it already. I'm not alone. I completed the ritual. My darling Ruth is in here too.
Okay, well now we need to do something about this.
You used the ritual to bring Ruth's spirit into Caleb's body. Why?
Love moves a soul to strange endeavors. We deserve a better life. I set myself to claiming it.
I understand your anger, more so your desire. But what of Ruth's? Did you consider what she wanted?
Caleb stole a life from me, but he also stole Ruth's voice. She shrank beneath him. Of course she wanted a second chance at life.
I'd like to hear this from Ruth. May I please speak with her?
No! We've carved ourselves out a little happiness at last. I'll not have you break it. Please, leave us alone. Give us this.
We need to speak to her, one way or another. If he won't tell us anything, perhaps the house Ruth died in will.
Well, bye now.
I'll be leaving you alone for now.
Alone? Not really. Hush now. All is well.
Ruth and Alexander are having an affair in her husband's body.
I'm just gonna let this one go. I don't know.
If we find the ghost tie, We can talk to her.
Just gonna let that one roll out. Yeah, I don't like the way that he won't talk to Ruth, and I don't like that he's kind of crapping on his brother and then immediately did the same thing at the first chance.
There's a lot of debris. Ghost wards cannot manifest.
Can we get down in here? How do we get in here? Oh, okay. Hang on. There's a squeeze way over there. Whoops. Not that way. Okay. Is there a way in round the back? Can we go down to go around? Yeah, where was the...
The ghost wards feel far away from here. Just one keeps me from manifesting. Fancy knocking it down?
Alright, is there... Is it this one? No. So we find the one. Where is it? Is it up behind us? It's fine, we can do this. Over there. This probably still doesn't work, yeah? No, okay. Is it in there? Let's go up top and take a look down. It's not you. They're giving us angles over here, which makes me think it might be here. But I can't see it. I don't look like it's on the second floor. No, but where is it though? Shit. This one? No, okay. The game won't let us shoot the wrong one, which is kind of reassuring, but also a little maddening.
I don't think so.
Oh. Didn't see that this was a squeeze. Ahaha. Alright, so it must be here somewhere? Ahaha! Got there.
Let me clear a path for you.
If Antea can't manifest, does that mean other ghosts also can't manifest? Yeah, which makes the haunting situation with Alexander, Caleb, and Ruth that much more interesting. Because we also learned that we can still hear Antea even under the effect of the ghost word. She just can't manifest. So, like, it's not stopping Ruth and Caleb, or I guess Alexander and Ruth, from being ghosts possessing a body. It's just stopping them from, I guess, manifesting separately? Is my understanding. Well, that's helpful, but not much. Zoop. Oh, it's way over there. Okay, got it. Cart. Here. A little more. Okay. And then up. Aha. That lets us go across. That's us. Ah, okay.
It must be nearby.
I hope it wasn't in any of those. Aha, there it is. Okay. This ghost tie is just Ruth's whole heart. Withered human heart. It once belonged to Ruth Watson. This tie is doused with the essence of its ghost. Well, alright.
Of course. Ruth's heart binds them like a bushel of rotting corn.
Beautiful homemade illustration compendium of the birds of New Eden, complete with feathers found to match the drawings. Complete? Not quite. 2 pages are missing feathers. Bonebreaker, crow, and herring gull.
This work shows real sensitivity. Caleb?
Maybe. Not Alexander. I
You!
suspect we've just
What
learned
do
a
you
little
have
about
there?
Ruth.
Stop right there, you rank rump. Whatever you
rank ramp,
it ain't yours.
You buried Ruth's heart in the ashes of the house that killed her. I find that odd.
You, a ghost, went digging in the ashes of a dead woman's house. You're ill-positioned to call me odd. Don't think I haven't felt
These things are not the same, bud.
Stow your tongue while I speak with Ruth. Ruth, can you hear me? Can you speak?
Puck off and die. I'm in charge here.
No. Hush ye, Alexander. I'll speak. I'm Ruth. I hear you.
I'm Antea Duarte. We're here to help.
I'm glad. Please, end this nightmare. Help me.
Go to hell in a bag of shite. We're fine, and you have not the right, you hear? You've not the right.
Well. We could... If Ghost can't manifest, I don't think this is going to help us any. Would unbounding work? Are they a cursed object, you think? Let's try this and see what happens. I think we're outside the things. The wards. Because we just manifested Antea inside, so... we can make Ruth manifest. Cursed? Yes. Object? No idea. Fair. That's... yeah.
Hide no more.
No.
Do it?
Does he silence me? We may speak.
Hell yes.
Help me. Please.
Yeah, actually, who did teach Caleb the ritual?
Who taught Caleb the resurrection ritual?
To say it was taught would mean he'd learned it. He read it off a page. As a sorcerer, Caleb makes a fine cobbler. Caleb, he was a good listener. As he worked, clients would bend his ear. The Haskell boy, for one. As Caleb pinned the governor's shoes, young Lammy would talk magic. Nonsense, really. But Caleb was listening.
Wait, Lammy Haskell gave Caleb the resurrection ritual?
After Lammy mentioned the ritual, Caleb became obsessed with it. He begged. Lammy, in his misplaced generosity, gave it. Caleb was intent on dark work. Lammy furnished written instructions.
Uh-huh.
Caleb's letter changed your life. How did it feel at the time?
It tore me in two. I loved Alexander, but I deserved to marry a man who would be true. Caleb seemed decent. I believed he loved me. I thought I'd married the better brother, but I'd married a liar. A liar and a devil. And yet, not even he deserves this. No one deserves this.
Oh.
How did Caleb treat you?
With adoration. I was an idol. Worshipped, yet unloved. He was the sculptor and I was the statue. Smiling down, unmoving from my pedestal with nothing to say. Now I'm sewn into a festering sack
with the quivering remnants of my husband and the angry ghost of his dead brother. Please, let me out.
Okay.
Your husband Caleb's botched resurrection ritual brought you back, but allowed his brother Alexander to take you hostage.
Once we deal with the Watson brothers, you shall be free to ascend.
Do what you must. I'll suffer it if it leaves me free to go.
No! We can stay. Please, Ruth. Let us stay.
Look at you. You're counterfeit, a sham of a thing. Your so-called life is no life at all. Caleb lied and stole your love. But when the time was right, you lied and stole his body. We're ending this nonsense now.
Well, we're definitely not doing this. If we banish Alexander, that just leaves Ruth and Caleb trapped in the same body. And I'm not sure that's better. If we do the blaming, I think it destroys the body, and then essentially all three of them are set free in a way. This is my guess. What do y'all think? Because Alexander seems like a prick, but not only does he not seem like the only prick in this situation, I don't think banishing him actually fixes things for Caleb and Ruth. And I'm really wanting the path that gets Ruth to the best outcome. And I think it's this one. It also helps us, but in this case, that's actually incidental. We're genuinely just taking the path that gets Ruth to the best ending, and I don't think it's this, because she's still left with Caleb. Can't banish Alex and then ascend Ruth? I don't think so. I think we get one shot at this, and they did say right before this that once we've dealt with the brothers, you'll be free to ascend. So I'm taking Red at his word there. Which might mean that regardless of what we do, well, once we've dealt with the brothers, you'll be free to ascend. And they're only giving me a chance to essentially deal with one brother. So the blame option, which gets rid of the body, is the only way to deal with both brothers. Yeah, okay, I've talked myself into it.
Caleb Watson, you're past saving. We can but grant you the mercy of oblivion.
But what about me? What about Ruth?
Ruth is free to go.
I shall have my rest now. Thank
you. We got there. So now the question is, what happens to Alexander?
No, not now, not yet. I was winning. I was winning.
Huh. Well. That's fun. What a horrible case to have. And also, I think that's where we're going to call it. We're not going to get a better endpoint than that in the next 5 minutes here, so... Huh. Hey, Red, sorry to leave you on such a downer there, bud. But, this is why you don't do necromancy, kids. Yeah, but, I mean, yes, we're planning to do a necromancy. But we're professionals. Leave necromancy to the professionals, like Marcel Donato and Red McCraith. And that's it. There's nobody else. That's right, Jasmine. So, thank you all so much for coming and hanging out. I hope you have a wonderful week. We'll be back next Monday, because the new schedule is just Mondays. We'll be back next Monday at about 6 p.m. Eastern Time kickoff. No, wrong. 7 p.m. Eastern Time kickoff. One moment. We have a Miss Fussy Bridges. Why did you wait all the way to the end of the stream to start having a whole thing? Yeah? How about now? Oh, yeah. There. Anyhow, so we're back in a week with more Banishers Ghosts of New Eden to follow up on this and get to know what's going on. I don't think we found the witch, if any such witch exists, that has caused the uptick of like disease here in the Harrows, so we'll have to go back to Haskell and be like, hey, two things. First of all, it's your boy, literally. And second of all, we didn't fix anything. But we'll get to all that next week. So, she's working on her PhD thesis. I mean, you kind of sound like that, yeah? You've been working on this for long enough.
Shit or get off the pot.
So be sure to check out our full schedule at schedule.truck.community that has what our whole stream team is up to in the meantime, with what they're streaming on what days at what times and links to their respective channels, so you can keep track of the whole fandamily and what everybody is doing on their own streams. Speaking of which, here in just a little bit over at twitch.tv/squirrellily, I believe September and Soleil were wrapping up one last Mario Wonder stream, I think is the plan, if I remember from last week. There we go. We put the fussy cat back. So we'll do a raid here to send y'all there for those who are interested in such things. And yeah, I think that's that. I'm worried about Lemmy having this info. Yeah, that's fair. I think Mercilla's technically a grad student. Oh, that's the working on her PhD thesis. I mean, I think Jasmine is also doing that. But yeah, all I know is that Marcel is like and we're talking Dungeon Meshi for anybody who's not already aware of who the characters we're referencing here. And I'm not spoiling anything with this. This is all minor kind of side stuff. I think she's like a prodigy, and also like a hyper specialized in one particular area, which I find lovely. Yeah, I'm a little worried about Lemmy having the lesser palingenesis info, just because he seems so like so excited to like prove himself, and someone like that in possession of forbidden magic to me seems like a bad combo, even if it's there's no blame to be had there with Lemmy. Maybe a little bit for Haskell, the governor, for not giving his son more attention and affection, but that's a separate thing, and we'll dig into all of that nonsense next time. I think that's everything. Thank you all again so much for coming and hanging out. I hope you have a wonderful week. As I said before, I am gonna have to, now that I'm doing the longer streams again, figure out how to avoid the verbal doubling season that I keep running into. It's another magic card. We just came back about our magic cards, but that's all for tonight. Jasmine, do you have anything else you want to add? Nope, she's taking a bath. So that's it from us. Good night, everybody.